I know that that can be really intimidating for a lot of new sleep consultants and even those that are going through the volunteer process is just putting themselves out there and being willing to tell people like you did, tell people who they know, hey, I'm going through this process. Do you know anybody who needs support? Or could you put this out there in any of your local groups or whatever it may be? Did you have any of that fear? And if so, how did you overcome it? And what would you recommend to those who may be nervous or feeling anxious about taking that step and telling the world what they're doing and telling their tight knit circle what they're doing and how they can help them be successful?
Sure. I think I was a little nervous. I was more just nervous about the big career change. So once I got over that and like gave notice and decided I was, going to drop down in how much I work, I was super excited to share what I was doing next. And so I don't know if I had the anxiousness there. It was more about like leaving my job. And then I wanted to tell everybody because I had finally found the thing that I have been waiting for. And so that part was easy and fun. But I would say if you have anxiety around that, just, start with your friends and family because as I told people, they were just like, oh, yeah, I can see that for you, or that makes a lot of sense, or you'd be great at that. And that reaffirmed that I was doing the right thing
Mhm.
and gave me more confidence. And then with telling friends, everybody's excited. Great, I'm going to have someone who knows everything about sleep that I can call on speed dial. So my friends have been very encouraging too.
That's so awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'm sure that also deciding to go all in and deciding to put in your notice and everything like that probably helped push you as well because it was like, not only do you have a little bit more time to commit to it, but then you also know this is it. This is what I'm doing.
Right.
And I need to make it work. I need this to be, the right decision and everything like that. So I think that makes it a little bit easier too. Whereas if we continue to have the security of the weekly paycheck or biweekly paycheck, and it may not be exactly what we love to do, but it's comfortable and it works, then it can be a little bit less motivating, I guess, to take those steps that may be a little bit uncomfortable with putting ourselves out there and doing those things that we need to do to grow our business. So, one more thing before we move on to our other questions. I would just love to hear a little bit about what you've done to maintain those relationships that you have with the either the volunteer clients that you had or the other referral past clients that you have as well, where you've been able to maintain that and have them continue to keep you top of mind and continue to refer you to other people. So have you done anything to like, I guess, formalize that process, or is it more of a casual relationship that you've maintained over time?
That's a great question. And this is on my to do list. I really want to focus on this because I think it's so important. I would love to build in like checkpoints at certain intervals. What I'm doing right now is when we finish up, when we wrap up, I say, I would love to check in with you again in the next 6 months. Like anytime you want, 30 minutes free call, just send me a text and we'll jump on the phone. And so far, no one has done that. So I want to find a way that I can be more proactive about reaching out. And then another thing that I'm going to implement soon is sending out a little gift for the child on their birthday, like a little book. I have a few in mind that I'm excited about, just to remember that, we had this great period of time together. I'm thinking about you guys. Informally right now, I'm checking in when I think of clients. Like I've actually physically bumped into a few people around town, which has been great. I saw a girl the other day who I had had a discovery call with. I advised her, like, let's keep your daughter in her crib a little longer. Came up with a few ways to do that. And at dinner the other night, she was like, I need to call you soon. So I'm guessing the little one's climbing out of the crib or close to it. But just having those in-person touch points is great, and that can just happen organically. But I do think the follow up is so important, and I would love to build that into my plan more so that I can be sure not to miss those occasions.